My name is David Madison, the 28th of March, 2020. I was a Methodist minister for 9 years. I have a graduate degree in theology and a PhD in biblical studies. But I left all that behind because the weight of evidence now against Christianity is overwhelming. Beyond any shadow of a doubt, it has been falsified. In my book, I describe 10 of the tough problems that cancel the faith. And in this series of videos, Christianity 10 Knockout Punches, I survey them all. This is episode number 8. During a debate at an esteemed Catholic university, Sam Harris made this observation. I hate to break it to you here at Notre Dame, but Christianity is a cult of human sacrifice. It celebrates a single human sacrifice as though it were effective. This is knockout punch number 8. Christianity is a cult of human sacrifice. But if we ask Christians, why do you belong to a cult of human sacrifice? We would get blank stares, denials, and outrage that we could even say such a thing. But there it is, a human form nailed to a cross, and the conviction that a God gave his son, John 3:16, to be tortured. Theologians have tried forever to make sense of this ghoulish, grotesque nonsense. Primitive humans saw life leave a body when someone bled to death. Blood took on a sacred quality, which drove the idea that the perfect gift or tribute to gods was blood. Hence the widespread adoption of animal blood sacrifice in the ancient world. Animal sacrifice and the careful handling of blood were an important part of piety in the Old Testament. At the time of Jesus, indeed, the Jerusalem temple was a slaughterhouse. So we might even say that it was a good thing that the Jerusalem temple was destroyed by the Romans in 70 CE. The animals were certainly cool with it. What an opportunity, a great opportunity for Christians to move on to something better, right? No such luck. The author of the New Testament letter to the Hebrews was pretty sure that if the blood of bulls and goats satisfied God, quote, how much more will the blood of Christ, who through the eternal Spirit offered himself without blemish to God, purify our conscience from dead works to worship the living God, unquote. This sentiment is echoed by the Apostle Paul in Romans 5:8-9. Quote, but God proves his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Much more surely then, now that we have been justified by his blood, we will be saved through him from the wrath of God. This is creepy stuff, and it gets even creepier. In the ancient world, there were other mystery cults, and one common feature was the sacred meal that the members shared. So the author of John's Gospel kicked up the creepiness quite a few notches. This is the Jesus script that he came up with. Quote, those who eat my flesh and drink my blood have eternal life, and I will raise them up on the last day. For my flesh is true food, and my blood is true drink. Those who eat my flesh and drink my blood abide in me, and I in them. So whoever eats me will live because of me, unquote. So let me get this straight. To have eternal life, you have to eat the God's body and drink its blood. How does any of this, human sacrifice, drinking of God's blood, possibly make sense? It's sick religion. Why can't Christians snap out of it? Why can't a good, compassionate God just forgive people without this torture scheme? What a knockout punch this is. Christianity is a cult of human sacrifice.